Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Reliance Global Group's a channel and insurtech company transforming the traditional insurance agency model. Joining to give us some pretty pivotal insight into the recent news, earnings, what we can expect kind of moving forward. We have Ezra, the CEO, as always. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. It was nice to be here.
Yeah, always a pleasure to get you on. So I want to dive into this first and foremost. How does one firm contribute to revenue growth and operational efficiencies?
Well, two ways, more than two actually, but big two ways. Because of merging our various agencies, I mean, they're physically in different locations, but merging the powers to be and the talent and the all go through one system, and financially, we come with much stronger financials and revenue to the carriers, the insurance carriers. They give us higher commissions. That could, going from 12 to 14% or 15 is huge, a huge increase without affecting, there's no cost involved. So it goes right to the bottom line. And then, of course, efficiencies on expenses. We're able to take the talent and utilize them in the best way possible. Not people don't have to double up on jobs. So we can have streamlined operations, and those which now could be functions can be taken care of by someone else. They're given other positive roles to do for more revenue streams. So it does help in the big picture, both on the revenue side and the expense side.
Yeah, for sure. And what specific operational changes or strategies contributed most to the 62% improvement of the net loss announced last quarter, and how sustainable are they kind of growing going forward here?
Very much so. Because we just mentioned that we're able to streamline the expenses, so the expenses go down. We're able actually in one or two cases to merge physically two offices together, saving on any cost of involved in having physical offices. The people are there, but they're working together, and that itself, by working together, lends itself to more productivity as far as getting the customers placed into the right programs. So it's all around. We foresee only actually even improving the bottom line by even further streamlining the expenses because of the one firm concept.
Yeah, I appreciate the insight. And I do want to define kind of what risks do you see in executing a growth strategy, kind of given the current economic environment?
The truth is, as most people know, the last few years, insurance carriers were shy on many cases, not doing some certain coverages, raising premiums. But that latter part, raising premiums, actually helped us because we don't take the risk. We're not the carrier, we're the agency. Many carriers wish right now they were agents, not carriers, because many of them have been losing. So the extra income helps us. And now they're actually starting to ease up on writing more business. So it's the best of both worlds. We're getting the business now done, similar to how it was before, but the premiums are higher, so that goes right to the bottom line. If you're getting X% on a bigger number of premium, which in some cases could be 30-40% higher than it was before, then it only benefits us.
Yeah, no, this is definitely intriguing to say the least. And I wouldn't mind kind of getting you to elaborate on how the acquisition of Spetner will significantly boost EBITDA. Like, what key factors will drive this kind of improvement?
Well, first of all, on the surface of it, they've been growing really, thank God, tremendously. As we mentioned in our previous announcements, when we started this transaction, they were servicing 45,000 employees. They're now servicing 85,000 employees, and that's growing. It's getting close to 100,000. So that itself is tremendous, and that extra servicing, there's very little extra cost involved in doing that. So it goes to the bottom line. And that's in itself, it's a significant business that brings us it's EBITDA positive is already, we can see that on day one, God willing, that's pretty obvious. And then the cross-selling abilities, when you're dealing with an extra 85,000 customers, that we could sell them, besides voluntary benefits, other, insurance that we sell, whether it's health, whether it's auto, home, etc. So the platform is tremendous. We're really excited about it.
Now, do you want to give some details on the strategic acquisition that Abe Miller will focus on initially, and how they're going to kind of align with RELI broader business goals?
Okay, so the truth is, insurance and real estate do have certain synergies. Maybe the main one is a constant income stream on, if you're buying, income producing properties. We're not talking about land or development. So you have on day one, typically cash flow. And Abe Miller's an expert. He's a known commodity, so to speak, in the industry of being able to find the deals and zero in on, and negotiate the best transactions. So we're excited, to finding the right deals. We're not going to just buy for the sake of buying. It has to be the right deals. And then the synergies are there. Actually, we went from real estate into insurance because of the similar income stream. And now we're taking insurance and also adding real estate. We want to first focus on getting Spetner closed and then focus on the real estate aspect.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of continuing on that discussion, how will you balance the real estate division to ensure that you don't over kind of extend the company's resources, especially with your kind of core in the insurance business?
Okay, so as far as manpower and resources, would be separate. It's a different. We know in the private world, I was in real estate for about 30 years, so we know real estate. We know real estate management very well. We're not going to take away from our existing staff for that. But as far as financing and the transactions, remember, real estate has the advantage since it's brick and mortar, getting financing at most favorable rates available, even when rates are generally high, but you can still do a real estate transaction in the 4% range. So that's cheaper than other type of assets that you're buying. And of course, we don't want to over leverage, but if you're going for a 70% financing or so, the property, if you're buying it right, can cover it. And it's not interfering with the insurance because that's a different type of financing, completely. So it's sort of, they complement each other in that respect.
Yeah, and kind of just taking a look forward here almost, what additional acquisitions or strategic initiatives kind of are you planning over the next 12 to 24 months that investors should be paying attention to?
Okay, so aside from real estate, what we just mentioned, as we look for deals and look to get that geared up, in the insurance industry, we look for transactions. We usually want look for deals in the minimum of 5 million in revenue, strong. For instance, Spetner is a fourth generation business, so you can't always find fourth generation. We want something strong, not something that started just recently, because we find that when it's strong and it's been around a while and they have the kinks out already, so to speak. So it's income producing and it's not going away, the business. It's pretty sticky. So that's what we look for typically. And as time moves on, we think, if selective and looking for the right deals, we know what type of deals to look for and we're excited about it. We're looking for 5 million revenue as a minimum, really. We're looking for some bigger things now. As now that we got our capital stack cleaned out and everything else, we're ready, geared up for a big takeoff.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the clarity here. I think you touched on a lot as we pass it off to the viewers. As always, we'd love to know what you think in that comment section, and subscribe. Like News Catalyst, when it hits the wire like this, of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on that note, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.